Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I am popping up on you today for a very quick live at an unexpected time. Thank you so much for joining me today, beloved. I am so pleased that you are with me. I do have a little bit of a ritual that as you come in, be sure to come in giving us a big thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and be sure to share. On the count of three, would you do that, family? On the count of three, I want everybody to hit that thumbs up button, share, share, share. And also, family, make sure that you're subscribed here to my channel. I know some of you all are used to seeing me on other prominent platforms that I help to make prominent over the years, and I bring that up because obviously some of you are looking for me and wanting to know where is she. So I want you to let everybody know that if they want to see my content live at least once or twice a week, instead of 5 days a week like everybody was so used to, they can see my content live here once or twice a week. But of course, you can still see some of my other content because I put it up, of course, on other platforms connected to me, but also other networks like African Diaspora News Channel, which is kind of like a syndicated situation, but it's not necessarily, in the same way you'll see me here, but you can still receive my content on multiple other places. But of course, there have been some changes in other places. So that's why I want you to know that you can definitely find me here. So on the count of three, everybody hit that thumbs up button. Hey, Cool Keezy. Hey, Vic. Hey, Mastering Healing. Hey, Negas. Hey, Gene, Arthur, James, Chief, X Ali. Y'all got some powerful handles and some I can't even read. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So on the count of three, y'all hit that thumbs up button real quick, okay? I won't be long because I have to run. Somebody just said coming from high level conversations. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Y'all saw that? I'm going to get you. Oh, that's so sweet. Yes, precious. Yeah, let me just, yeah, if y'all don't know what they talk about, high level conversation, this what they talking about. That y'all play too much. She played too much. She just gonna put me on the spot like that, so I might as well. Who's that, y'all? Can y'all see? That's me and 19 Keys. So when he was here, we were at a conference here in Denver some weeks ago, and when he was here, I was so happy. His team, I was invited to do an interview with his team. So it's airing right now on Earn Your Leisure. So you all know that's a very big financial Black platform, Earn Your Leisure. So 19 Keys has aired that interview with me, high level conversation. Talking about high level, baby. We're doing a high level conversation. So y'all be sure as soon as I'm done here, okay, go on over to Earn Your Leisure and watch that interview, okay? And be sure to share it with everyone you know. So thank you all, whoever just said that. So I won't be long, but so I want you to go ahead and go on over there and watch that. Of course, I love that type of conversation because I was able to incorporate my spiritual talk in there. We're talking about the Sibyls, the Black prophetesses who the Catholic Church, stole from. Talk black to me, somebody. So just very quickly, I'm gonna put this link in the chat. Cool Keezy, thank you so much. I'm gonna put this link in the chat. I'm gonna try to pin it myself. Family, if you have not gone to my website to purchase my latest Venus Luxury magazine, be sure to do so. I'm trying to post it right now, y'all. This should be the link to my website. And on the front page, there's a link so that you can do the pre-sales. It's going to take a few weeks for us to actually send them out because we send them to the printer, you see. But we always have to make sure that we are connecting with everybody that wants it first, okay? Joe said, I like that picture, Miss Vicki. Thank you. So, family, be sure to check that out, okay? I beg your pardon. Did I pin it? Excuse me. Okay, hopefully that's pinned. Anyway, family. So, ladies, be sure to get your luxury Venus magazine. I've been getting absolute rave reviews on the last one. You're gonna love it. Thank you, Cool Casey, for putting that in there. Y'all, ladies, you're gonna love this. This is my spring edition. It's called pre-sales because it's a pre-sale. We get them in advance before we actually mail them out. You purchase it in advance, and then I'm gonna cut off the sales in about a few, sometime this week. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and keep it going. This is the cover. Y'all like it, brothers? You're not off the hook. If you have a beautiful fiance, a wife, a girlfriend, your mother, your sister, your auntie, get it for the lovely lady in your life. She's gonna appreciate you for it. This is a luxury magazine where I'm dropping sacred feminine secrets of manifestation. It's beautiful pictures. Many of the pictures you're going to see are original pictures that you haven't seen before. So this is manifestation secrets. The woman, as a woman, we're made to manifest differently than men. Do y'all know that? We're made to manifest through ease and pleasure. That makes everything around us thrive. Are y'all hearing me today? So I talk about those sacred principles. Many, many years ago, there were sacred temples that certain women were able to attend. Ancient Isis and Ishtar type temples, you understand? And some of the Mesopotamian cultures and certainly some of the African cultures, which, believe it or not, is really pretty close to borderline to some of those. They taught these sacred secrets and talked about the power of the divine feminine woman and her womb. So because we're different from men, we're meant to manifest differently. And so it's not just about labor and logic and hustle. All of those things are extremely important. And they're particularly, those attributes in particular are men, the male thrives in those environments. But we thrive with ease and pleasure and receptivity and creativity and a bunch of other yummy stuff. So this is what this is about. You get beautiful affirmations, beautiful pictures. And some of the women have just been sending us messages about how the insights have been just profound and beautiful. And by having something beautiful and exciting to look at every month and a half, it makes you manifesting more exciting. How many of you all know that sometimes when you're waiting for things to manifest, you're living a miserable life in the in-between time, and that's not how it should be. So be sure to go to VickiPlanet.com. The link is pinned above. VICKIPlanet.com. This is the cover. Brothers, surprise the beautiful, lovely lady in your life. She will love you for it. And also, I'm promoting again my The Vault Potion. It is an oud oil. Oud comes from the Middle Eastern, Asian, African region. If some of you all ever wonder what's some of the secret to some of these Saudi billionaires, if you've ever wondered why is it in some of those places in the Middle East, they thrive with oil and stuff, do you know that they have this substance that comes from an ancient tree that's known as agar wood, that they're able to distill the wood and the resin that comes from it and make oils and incense and a bunch of stuff. But not everybody has a real deal. And not everybody also is an initiated priest who knows how to release special blessings that the ancients and the royals use. Have you ever wondered, if you take the story of even Jesus, the Sunday school version, y'all know that whenever I quote scriptures, I'm using it as a book of magic. But it doesn't matter if you're talking about the Holy Quran, if you're talking about the Bible, if you're talking about some of the other sacred texts. Have you ever wondered why they're always talking about herbs, resins? Have you ever wondered why did they say they brought him frankincense and myrrh and gold? Have you ever wondered that? Have you ever wondered why they talked about certain trees? Because it's magic in some of those things. This is not just some get quick scheme. Well, I had to hook up with a supplier that gets his stuff straight from overseas. So for real, for real. He's for real initiated and put some blessings on those things. And that's our secret to this hex that the powers that shouldn't be has put on the economy. So I also have some of those oils that I'm going to be making available more in the next couple of weeks, but we still have a handful left. You can get that at my website. Also, I also premiere those oils in my upcoming magazine. So I do spiritual stuff. You can be silly if you want to. You can be silly and wonder what the secret to other folks are, but you still sitting up here struggling. And when your sister with the curly braids hook you up with the real, for real deal, you're sitting here looking crazy. Joe says, Vicki, I heard about these before. Yes, it's no accident. When you wonder why they got a lock on certain things in that region and why they explode with businesses and stuff. You better learn some of these ancient secrets that were always ours. You better wake up and smell the begonias and quit just acting like this is just outside stuff. It's a reason why they let you know that certain high level folks, and priests, for example, and those that were royal and the wealthy use certain substances. You better stop. Talk black to me. Thumbs up, thumbs up. I didn't even say on the count of three, did it? On the count of three, everybody hit that thumbs up button. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, share, share. Now, family, let me get to where I'm going quickly. Watch this. Y'all know I've been doing all this coverage on Bojangles. James Clyburn. Talk black to me, somebody. Well, I wanted to remind you of something that he said some time back, and I want you to keep that in your brains for the next few months when November comes around. So Bojangles, also known as Jim Clyburn, some of y'all maybe heard this news recently. He just announced this, that he's stepping down from a leadership position. But let me tell you why. Don't let this move you. As old as he is, and as long as he's been serving, you would think he'd just leave. Now, he's not doing that yet. He's got one final piece to his raccooning destiny that he needs to fulfill. Did y'all hear what I said? He can't go out yet. He got to go out with a bang with his raccooning. So, Vicki, what's going on? What is he stepping down from? Representative Jim Clyburn has been a commanding voice in Congress for more than 30 years. But after a little more than a year as serving as assistant Democratic leader, he's chosen to step down from his role in the House Democratic leadership. He leaves the role of the assistant Democratic leader vacant and is already proposing a successor, though he will continue to run for re-election in his 6th district of Charleston. Y'all see the games right there? So he's going to run for re-election to remain a congressman, but he was stepping down from this little assistant position. Now, y'all know that the House of Representative majority is a Republican. So when he was whipped, he had a little more power because the Democrats were in control. Well, he don't have that much power there. But that's not the only reason he's stepping down. See, he don't have much power there, so he wouldn't give that up if that wasn't the case. But he's also stepping down while it's vacant. So why is he stepping down while it's vacant? At least get the position filled. Vicki, read the thing first before you tell everybody what he's doing. Watch this. He's stepping down from his House Democratic leadership role. Representative Clyburn wishes to make way for a younger generation and to shift his focus on other efforts. Y'all don't pretend that's not real. That's not real. What are you talking about to the younger generation? Watch this. He's been credited with playing a critical role in helping President Barack Obama and President Joe Biden get the White House. In 2020, his endorsement boosted President Biden to win the black vote in South Carolina, and his renewed endorsement of the current president could be significant once more. Did you catch that? He's leaving the position vacant. So without it even being filled, he's saying, holla at your boy. That's how you know it ain't nothing going on. He's pretending like he's making room for a younger generation for a position he don't really care about and can't really affect nothing because they're not really in power. The Democrats in the House of Representatives. But there is something around the corner coming up. There is something that's coming around the corner that only a certified, bona fide shucker and jiver, G. Bangura, your gift is blessed 1,000-fold, can do. What's coming up in November requires extreme focus and targeting by only the best shucker and jiver. And I should even use Bojangles' name like that. I don't want to disrespect. our brothers of old with this sellout. So let me just fix that real quick. Talk back to me, somebody. What's coming up? They just told you. They couldn't even stay on this subject long. They immediately jumped to how he was able to help Joe Biden, how he might be able to do it once again. He shared with Morning Edition's Michael Martin why he stepped down in his assessment of the state of the presidential race so far. The interviewer asked him about why he's stepping down, and he says, well, twofold. I think it's high time for a transition for a younger generation is here. A younger leadership is here. Of course, we know he's full of crap on that. And I want to be a part of helping that get done in a way that would ensure continuity and effectiveness. Now, to the degree he's saying he wants a young person in that position and he wants to make sure that there's continuity and effectiveness, he wants to make sure that his cooning is passed down. He don't want that lineage broken. He wants to make sure that whoever fills the role is going to be sucking up. They're going to understand and accept white supremacy. They're not going to do anything that's substantive for Black Americans. Talk black to me, somebody. Then he says, and secondly, y'all ready? Y'all ready? I might need to, y'all know how I like to try to make certain words bold because I don't want y'all thinking that Vicki's making this up. Let me see if I can highlight this. What is the second reason he tells us? What does it say right there, highlighted at the bottom? Y'all see the second reason at the bottom? He says, and secondly, what is it, y'all? I want to spend my time on the campaign for Joe Biden's reelection. So that's why he's going to leave the seat vacant, unfulfilled. So with nobody in there, I'm out. I got to give time to Massa. I got to give undivided attention for Massa. I got to make sure that Massa hits the target and that I'm his tool to use against my own people. I got to be that bait to catch that black fish and get them caught up in that Democratic net so that they can be eaten at the next Baptist fried catfish event. God, today. I told y'all, when you see the Democrats keep coming to the fish fry, I'm telling you, you the fish. They're trying to prophesy to you. They're telling you you're the thing that's being caught and eaten. Talk black to me, somebody. So bon appetit. But I got to remind you what he said. What did he say during the last election? Talk black to me, somebody. So that's what he's doing now. That's news that he's recent news for this upcoming election in a few months that he's doing now. But I got to remind you of his mindset, which is completely cancerous and anti-black. During the last election, remember how I told you that some of the presidential candidates were talking about reparations because of us? The Black grassroots media, we gave it energy and momentum. So they started taking our talking points. They weren't taking Roland's talking points. They're not taking Joy Reid's talking points. They weren't taking Don Lemonade's at that time when he had a job at CNN. He's now fired. They weren't taking his talking points. Them folks that's together now, Angela Rye, when she was on CNN a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, they weren't taking her talking points. Don't get me wrong. She believes in reparations. But they don't push it like we do as the main issue. They don't use it as the issue to tell the Democrats, if you want us to show up, you've got to show up for us with this particular policy issue. Don't get that twisted with people like her that you heard say we should get reparations. They don't force the Democrats to address that as a main issue so that we come to vote. Same with Charlemagne. Or Charletta. Nobody's taking their talking points The presidential candidates were taking our talking points. What's the other one that's on that show? Tiffany Cross. They're not taking Tiffany Cross. She don't have no job on MSNBC anymore either. She specifically told her MSNBC audience not to listen to folks like us. 5 minutes later, she was fired. Don Lemon, that's his name. Who had been with CNN for zillions and zillions and zillions of years. In the twinkling of an eye, he is all for LGBTQ, all of that stuff. They threw him all the way away. And they used white women to do it. Y'all remember? So while y'all out here talking about how we should worship and glorify all them people, Roland been fired from CNN. He's rejected from every space and place and sphere. Roland was on a big black network, TV1. They didn't want him no more. The white people don't want you. The black ones don't. They just don't want you. The underworld, subterranean entities. So y'all can't tell us nothing about the legitimacy of our talking points when y'all keep getting fired. What's the other one on this new show? So Angela Rye, former CNN, no more. Wouldn't renew your contract, I believe, if I remember correct. MSNBC, Tiffany Cross, they fired you, girl. Bye. Roland been gone from, see, all the people that don't like us and tell people not to listen to us. Watch this. Then Andrew Gillum. I think y'all call him Bussy some enough because he got caught up with the men in that hotel smoking that stuff with their backsides tooted in the air with his black wife and children at home. I mean, if you went that way, okay. But we found out in the tabloids and stuff. Andrew Gillum was running a powerful campaign to become governor of Florida. They shut him down with a federal bussy investigation. The feds came after him, but they said it. They put him. How did they get the pictures of you in there with all them white boys with the stuff tooted and the whatever it was y'all was smoking? I forgot the drug. So all those rejects got a show now that Charlamagne put together. Podcast. All of them still talking about the Democrat Party. They came out to try to bust, to tell us the secrets of how terrible MSNBC is and CNN, the Democrat Party. Ninja, when we was calling him out, y'all was defending them by dogging us. We knew they wasn't nothing. Same with Simone Sanders. Remember Simone, who worked for Bernie Sanders when he was running at one time? Then she flipped the script and she wasn't progressive no more. She started to be racist, Joe Biden energy. So she started working for Joe when they announced the new president, the new race. She went with Joe Biden, didn't she? She started working for his campaign, started dogging black people, and thought that she was finna get the press secretary job. We prophesied to her upon the campaign. Linebacker, that will never be. Your destiny is the Broncos. We believe you should shine and thrive where your skill set is. You're good at using your beautiful, voluptuous body. You allowed it to jiggle and twitch and all that for Joe Biden to defend his life from a non-dairy, non-violent protester on the stage. And then you broke a nail for him, which no intelligent black woman would ever do for the oppressor. You thought when you did that was going to be your shoe-in. You thought because you was doing good on the campaign, you thought your talking points was good. They told you was a senior consultant. You was telling black folks to shut up. You told black men you was tired of listening to them. Joe Biden won, and girl, you thought that you was finna get ready to be in that press secretary room. We knew that wasn't your destiny. But y'all be thinking y'all know massa and the Democrats better than us. How do we keep getting it right? So what did Simone do? Simone turned on Joe Biden. She started letting her people from CNN and her other team folks leak how the White House started dogging her, didn't she? And how she disappointed that she wasn't chosen for press secretary. Girl, we knew they wasn't finna let no linebacker come up and you lying back. Always being penalized for, what did y'all call it? Unnecessary roughness. Y'all know nothing about sports. One of my beautiful, cute little supporters, when I was giving this analogy a long time ago, I asked y'all for some help. And boy, did y'all come through. One of y'all said, yes, Vicki, unnecessary roughness. Because I was talking about she needs to be penalized or something. Y'all threw that in there. I was like, my God, I understand football now. That was all that unnecessary roughness. She thought she was finna get the job. She just knew she was finna be Kareem Jean-Pierre. I gotta go, family. She just knew. We knew it. Girl, we've been told you that wasn't finna work. Just like we knew CNN and MSNBC would eventually throw away all of you sellouts, all you bones and biscuits. Vicki, get back to this real quick before you go. Last thing. What did I say? I want to remind you of Jim Crow. Clyburn. Don't forget this. Some of y'all forgot this. Remember, I brought all that up because I was telling you that the presidential candidates were quoting us. They were using our talking points. Y'all remember that? Not theirs. Y'all better understand your power and quit being obsessed because they sitting on the platform as a functional state-run Democrat media entity. The power ain't with them no more. What did James Clyburn say? Joe said, I remember him saying that. I want y'all to remember. I can't. So Joe is leaving it all behind so he can help Zad it one more time. What happened when the other presidential candidates was coming out talking about reparations, taking our talking points, and they were using their big bully pulpits to question whether or not we should be getting reparations? What did James Clyburn do? What did he do, y'all? James Clyburn came out like Stephen did in Django. How many of y'all know that Jamie Foxx plays Django in that movie? The newly released slave, former enslaved guy who going to get his woman. What's her name? I forgot the lady who played his wife in that movie. Some of y'all was mad when I gave my review. What was Django's wife? What's her name? The actress. Washington. Yeah, Kerry Washington. I forget her name in the movie though. Yeah, thank y'all. Yeah, that's it, Kerry Washington. But I forgot her name in the movie. Anyway, some of y'all, after I saw the movie had been out forever. But when I saw it finally, because y'all know I'm picky about stuff and stuff like that. Anyway, my review of the movie, that was the greatest love story I had ever seen. Child, he came when he got his woman. And she was turned on when he was blowing up and tearing up the enemy. Talk black to me, somebody. Her whole world shifted. Miss Green said, Broom Hilda. Thank you. Because she spoke German. She sure did. She spoke German fluent. Thank y'all. Y'all be having my back. Thank you, Vicki Nation. Girl, look, she's gorgeous. She fine, intelligent, right? Child, this woman. Her man came and got her, didn't he? Didn't he come get her? He tore up some stuff. She did not get in the way and stuff. Talking about Well, I'm not, I don't think. And baby, just let it go. She wasn't that kind. And she knew she may not ever see him again. She knew he would likely die doing the right thing. But she knew, yes, that he was a revolutionary. And baby, if you got to do your thing, man, I got you in this world, in the world's to come. Child, this woman's world twirled all, come on. That was the greatest love story ever told. Shoot. That's exactly what he said, Yolanda. Not on my watch. Talk black to me. James Clyburn, in that movie, Django, remember it was a black man, Stephen. And a lot of raccoons, a lot of coons now got the name Stephen in mainstream media. Their name is totally prophetic of Stephen in that movie, ain't it? But I digress. James Clyburn, when the candidates, many of them white, presidential candidates, was making reparations a big issue during the campaign, who came in to shut it down? Why y'all laughing at me, Voodoo Glitch? Why y'all laughing at me, Momo? I said, who came and shut it down? Who was the one that got Django caught up in the first place and blew his cover? It was Stephen. It was the black enslaved guy. He was the one that put that tipped off the master. Funny looking self. It's always one of us that tell our open enemy how to trap us, which is why I go after some of y'all first. You understand? Y'all know it's a spiritual principle that said that that the division has to take place first within or in-house first before it ever could be with the enemy. I'm paraphrasing. Judgment, in other words. What happened? I got to remind y'all, I have to give y'all receipts. What did he say? Headline, one more time. One more time. Headline says, Congressman James Clyburn challenges reparations despite the 2020 presidential candidates being open to the idea. It was the ninja that came flipping out. Talking about shut that down. We ain't talking about that. Everybody that's coming in, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, share. And y'all make sure that y'all subscribe and hit notification bell, even though they don't send out the notifications a lot of times. Listen. What happened? In the wake of at least a few 2020 presidential candidates, I'm going to say it again because y'all be thinking that the energy be with the mainstream media. It's not. In the wake of at least a few 2020 presidential candidates coming forward in support of using reparations to lessen racial inequality, House Majority Whip. See, that title tells you everything too, don't it? House Majority Whip James Clyburn has pushed back, stating he takes issue with the idea. See, his title in the House, y'all, is called House Majority Whip because the ninja be having a whip to whip us. How many of y'all know a lot of times when the enslavers, when they wanted to punish one of us, how many of you all know that they often use one of us to do the whipping? Remember, we saw that in the movie Django too, remember? That's why he's called the house whip at the time. He was a house whip. That's prophetic. That's not a coincidence. Watch this. Yes, the overseer, beloved. Watch. He pushed back. Now, who was making it an issue? At least a few of the 2020 presidential candidates. But to get a white presidential candidate's cover, this ninja coming out. According to The Hill, Clyburn, a South Carolina Democrat who also happens to be the highest ranking African-American congressman. Y'all remember this is when the election was going. I have to remind you, this is the mindset that's at work now on Joe Biden's campaign. So be watchful. Watch this. Clyburn, a South Carolina Democrat, happens to be the highest ranking African-American congressman, said he thinks, quote, pure reparations would be impossible to implement. And he believes that giving any sort of tax incentives to developers who work in low-income neighborhoods is just smoke and mirrors. I'm not making that up. When I posted this on one of the platforms today, one of y'all came out and said, well, it's going to be impossible for me to ever vote for him again. Y'all better talk black to me. Listen to the quote again. He's quoted as saying, remember, it was the 2020 presidential candidates, at least some of them, that were coming out to make an issue for reparations. It was James Clyburn that came out and said, quote, that he thinks is, quote, pure reparations would be impossible to implement. And he believes that even giving any sort of tax incentives to developers who work in low-income neighborhoods is just smoke and mirrors. It says in previous elections, neither Hillary Clinton nor former President Barack Obama expressed support for reparations, but the perspective on this issue appears to be shifting among major Democratic candidates for the upcoming 2020 race. I got to remind you all of our power, because see, the black talking heads that do media, the false prophets who are the reporters now, they don't want our power and influence to come out like is admitted in this article from a few years ago when the 2020 presidential candidates were quoting us. So they use a coon to jump in there to shut it down so that they can give the white candidates cover. So they can say, well, hell, even the highest ranking black men don't think y'all should get it. The actual House whip at the time. Y'all see how that works? Peace, Nikki. And this is a good reminder in this piece. Remember when Hillary Clinton and Barack was asked about reparations? Remember Barack Obama, your first so-called black president. Remember when he was debating, what did he say? What did he say when he was asked about reparations? He gave a very clear and unambiguous. Hillary was all over the place for her answer, but of course it was no. But she was trying to pretend like it was a yes, but she was playing. She took 15 years to answer. Barack didn't. He said hell to the no, no, no. And when he was in office, remember when he gave that interview to Ta-Nehisi Coates? And I constantly read you the transcript version of it from the Atlantic piece that they did. Remember, Obama even went so far as to argue against us getting reparations. So not only did he not use a bully pulpit to push reparations, he argued against it and actually said that young Asians and young Hispanics are going to say, why should they have to pay when they're first generation immigrants and they didn't have nothing to do with it? He literally made that argument. Please understand, as I keep telling y'all, every time one of them try to act like it's the Republicans that don't want us to have reparations and that's why they need everybody on board. No, ninja. When y'all had both the House and the Senate and your president, your Democrat president, that's all you needed to pass that. They don't care, and they didn't make it an issue for us because it's the Democrats that don't want us to have reparations either. Keep in mind that James Clyburn said that it would be impossible to implement. And even some raggedy, watered-down version of developers getting tax credits to come into low-income neighborhoods, he said, was smoke and mirrors. This is who just left their little useless post right now to give all his time and attention to help Joe Biden. Y'all need to be talking to y'all's grandmamas and y'all's aunties and your uncles and your daddies and stuff. Your pastors, your fraternity folks, your sorority folks. At all. And y'all need to be telling them now. Y'all need to be paying them a visit now. If you ain't went to go see Big Mama down south in a long time, go see her. Spend 2 days. Put on the Vicki show and tell her don't do it. Meaning don't vote for them. Because he getting ready to give all his energy to this to trick your black family in the South. In particular. Don't ever forget he said that. And I had to remind you, and I had to let you know what he said in the past and what he's doing right now in the future. I got to run, family. Once again, my dear sisters, I'm only going to be allowing you one more, probably not even a full week, actually. I was about to say one more week. I don't want nobody to hold me to that. But I'll give you at least a few more days, maybe a week, to get the pre-sales of my spring edition. I got so much good feedback from the ones we sold a couple of months ago. This is what I'm going to be talking about, the love and money issue. We're going to be intentional to manifest sweet, yummy love and increasing our money in the throughout 2024. We're going to be talking about intentional things that we as divine feminines are going to do to move in that frequency and vibration. You don't want to miss this. That's why I told you, brothers, if you have a beautiful, lovely lady in your life, be sure to get her one too. The link is above for you to order, as well as joining my school, the Vicki Dillard Mystery School. My monthly mastermind is absolutely yummy. It's only $45 a month. You can't beat that. You can hit the link up there too for my website, and you should be able to find your way around to join the school as well. Somebody said spellbound, Carmen X. I love that. That's exactly right. Family, thank you so much for tuning in. I got to run now. I had to keep it short. My name is Vicki Dillard, your sister with the curly braids. I bow to you. You are my bliss. I can't wait to see you again.